God.
So I'm trying to build up the timeline in my head. So you're in SourceFed for how long? Were you?
I was there for, let's see, I was an intern first, which was 2012. I was a actual host in 2014. I was there for 2 years, but I was there for 3 years, but it felt like much longer.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a really important part of like the career.
Absolutely, yeah. And I also did a lot of things with them afterwards, so it kind of really did feel much longer than that.
Yeah. And so the reason why you left is obviously because it did just get wiped.
Well, I left before that.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is such a strange thing. I never talked about it before, but my everything went into our gaming channel, me and Steven Subdix, and we were doing so well, and then they canceled it anyway, and I was so heartbroken. And when they dissolved, they just said that there was no budget for it, which is such a, I know.
To Let's Play? Like what? Like they buy the game on Steam? Like what?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
We don't have $10 for the Steam game.
Yeah.
But I must say, Subdic did spend over $2,000 on CS:GO cases once. Using the company card, and we wrote it off, and it was like okayed. That's their fault. They should have just told us it wasn't
hilarious.
Okay.
That is such an epic gamer move.
Yeah, I know. And he got like the fucking butterfly knife. So like whatever. But anyway.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they said there's no budget, and there's like a lot of like production reasons behind it. But then because the whole channel was dissolved, and I was a OG like host for that time. They brought me back into SourceFed Nerd and SourceFed proper instead of like outright laying me off. But they laid off Subdic, and I was like so weird about that, but I also needed money to survive in LA, so there was not much I could do about it. And then when I left, Subdic got hired again as like a SourceFed proper member.
What?
I know, so strange. Yeah. And that's when I kind of realized something was super, super wrong with the entirety of the company. Not that there's anything wrong with Steve, but the fact that
letting someone go and then bringing them back in later is really bizarre.
And then it almost felt like they were like trying to separate us so that we wouldn't try something on our own, but then we did. So that didn't work. But yeah, that was like a major thing. Also, Discovery like owned our face and soul for X amount of years according to our contract because we were an ensemble cast. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So that was also, I'm suspecting that was also why they maybe wanted to keep us separate so that our faces wouldn't be together on another thing that we created on our own.
Because you and Steve, I guess, almost created like a brand for your own.
Yeah, we ended up like kind of doing that, which was amazing. But also, I do think that probably was dangerous for the company and for the shareholders maybe, but...
Because the thing about, big companies hiring YouTubers to do videos for the company is that the audience end up being loyal to the host and the personality because they're the heart and soul of the show. So even if they leave, you've already created a brand for yourself, right?
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it fucking is pretty scummy that, that stuff like that happens.
It sucks. Like now having been in the industry in many different ways, like as an independent YouTuber, as somebody that's hired by bigger companies, like it's entertainment media, new media, old media, it kind of can't be helped right now. I think it's starting to improve or maybe change in a way that's beneficial to independent creators, especially with YouTube and Twitch and everything like that. But it's still very difficult. Like the biggest chunk of money that's solid is definitely still in the hands of bigger companies. So that does definitely kind of sway.
Yeah, what I wanted to know is you've obviously, you got involved in this by being an intern for Philly D. Yeah. Is that the job that you wanted? Like, did you want to work in YouTube?
I was a fan, and I was just watching him, and I was watching some of SourceFed, and what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was an apprentice pastry chef in New Jersey. Yeah, I know. After having graduated from
Is that what you wanted to do though?
This is so weird. I knew I was good at it. It sounds so pretentious. I don't mean it to be, but I knew I was good at it.
I mean, you became an apprentice, right? So I guess it makes sense.
And
just own it, Raina. Just own it. I was fucking amazing.
I was like really good at it. I was making wedding cakes, and I actually made Japan Airlines first class desserts for a year.
Damn.
Yeah, that was me.
Fucking hell.
She was pretty fucking good at it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So I was doing that, but I didn't like it because you have to go to work at 2 a.m.
Right.
And then you're out at like 12, 1 p.m. But it's, I don't know, like I got kind of depressed, I think. Not like actually depressed, but I was not well.
That doesn't really leave you much time to do anything. Because obviously you need to sleep, right?
Right. So you try to sleep during the day, but that's, I don't know, like I was like younger, right?
Stuff,
yeah, I was younger and I was like, I want to like party and play and do all these things. So I don't think it was just, it made a lot of sense for me at the time. And then my now husband, but then roommate / boyfriend, and I were like, let's just do something crazy. And we moved to LA, and I just we actually auditioned together. I got it, he did it. And it kind of mesmerized me as a fan, being able to be on the opposite side of it and being the intern that like researches stuff.
Yeah.
And I do believe that there was a lot of like political stuff going on at the time. So I was also re-educated, which was really interesting for me, having been out of college already. I was like, oh, this is so much fun. There's so much to learn. And then Phil wanted me to be on camera, and I was like, no way. Like, you want me to bring in these sexy girls?
I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, I was like, I was here to do that. That was my plan.
Wow.
Yeah, so I really started as a fan, for lack of a better term. I wasn't like an obsessive fan, but there wasn't.
I mean, I don't think he would have hired you if you were an obsessive.
I know, he would have like smelled it right away.
Smelt the